Welcome to my complete Jungle Scout tutorial, where we're going to learn this product research and fulfillment by Amazon platform from scratch. If you've never used an Amazon seller software before or don't have experience with running an FBA business, don't worry. I'll walk you through everything Jungle Scout has to offer step by step. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to make informed, data-driven decisions for your business. Here's our plan for the video. You'll find the timestamps below so you can jump to any section you need. And a quick heads up, if you find this tutorial helpful and you would like to support me, make sure to sign up to Jungle Scout using the link in the description of this video. It's my affiliate link, so if you sign up through it, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thank you very much, and now let's get started by creating your Jungle Scout account. Head over to the Jungle Scout website and sign up for an account by clicking Login and selecting Login to Jungle Scout Catalyst. Catalyst offers features designed to help new and growing sellers get started on Amazon. By contrast, Cobalt is tailored for large brands looking to squeeze even more sales from their store using advanced tools. Click Sign Up at the bottom of this page to get started. On the next page, select your region. After that, unfortunately, you'll have to sign up for a plan. Jungle Scout does not offer a free trial. Still, every plan comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, allowing you to try it out risk-free. I'll be using the Growth Accelerator plan for this tutorial. Make sure you toggle to Pay Monthly before clicking Buy Now. Fill in your email address, create a password, and enter your payment information to complete the account creation process. After you've created your accounts, Jungle Scout is going to ask you a couple of questions to better tailor your experience. In order, my answers are no and find my first product to sell. Next, you'll be asked if you want to install the Jungle Scout Chrome extension from the Chrome Web Store. This is included with your subscription and allows you to use Jungle Scout's data directly on Amazon. Make sure to click Install the extension and in the new tab, click Add to Chrome. Confirm your intention. Once that's done, close out of this tab and head back to Jungle Scout. For this video, I'll skip the Academy and jump right in by clicking Launch Catalysts. Chapter 1. Navigating Jungle Scout's dashboard. After skipping the Academy walkthrough, you will land on your home dashboard. If you connect your Amazon Seller Central account to Jungle Scout, the center of the dashboard will display key metrics, including total sales, profit, units sold, ROI, profit margins, and average sales price over time. You can even monitor your PPC, pay-per-click ad spending, from here. Essentially, the dashboard serves as your command center for tracking your business's performance in real time, without needing to dig through dozens of Amazon reports. Quick note, the dashboard also provides links to useful resources under the Discover Catalysts heading. This section features video lessons on everything Jungle Scout has to offer. Key Jungle Scout features. Before we jump into research, let's quickly overview the Jungle Scout tools you'll be using in this tutorial. Product Database, a searchable catalog of hundreds of millions of Amazon products. It allows you to filter products by criteria such as price, sales, and reviews to find product ideas that meet your standards. Opportunity Finder, a tool for finding high-demand, low-competition niches by searching for promising keywords instead of individual products. It converts a keyword into a market overview, displaying trend graphs, demand metrics, and a niche score to assess the opportunity. Product Tracker, a tracking tool to monitor the performance of specific products over time. You can add any product to the tracker to see its day-to-day sales estimates, inventory changes, price fluctuations, and sales rank. This is crucial for validating that a product's success is consistent, not just a one-week fluke or a seasonal cycle. Supplier Database, a database of manufacturers and suppliers. After you identify a product, this tool helps you find reliable suppliers who make similar products and even provides information on their shipment histories and the clients they serve, so you can determine if they supply big brands or your competitors. Keyword Scout, Jungle Scout's keyword research tool. It reveals high-performing search terms, giving you data on search volume and keyword ranking difficulty. This helps you optimize your product listing and understand what customers are searching for. Review Automation, a handy feature to automate seller feedback and review requests. It will automatically send Amazon-approved review request emails to each customer after a purchase is made. This helps new products get reviews on autopilot, boosting your business's reputation over time. Analytics and Performance compiles all your sales data, expenses, and Amazon fees in one place. It calculates your total revenue and profit margins, allowing you to address the financial health of your business one product at a time. If that sounds like a lot, don't worry. We'll walk through many of these tools in the coming sections. By the end, you'll see how they all fit together in the product research and launch process. Now that your account is ready and you know your way around the dashboard, let's set the stage for efficient product research. Chapter 2, Setting up Product Research. In this section, we'll define your product criteria, what makes a good product opportunity, and then apply these filters in Jungle Scout's product database to generate a list of potential products. Defining your product criteria. Successful product research means knowing what to look for. Here are a few ways you can identify a winning product. It has a strong demand. You want a product that enough people are buying each month. As a general rule, look for products that sell at least a few hundred units per month. High demand ensures there's a healthy market size for your product idea. After all, you don't want to list a product no one is searching for. There is low to moderate competition. Even if demand is high, too much competition, especially from established sellers, can make it hard for a new seller to gain traction. A simple proxy for competition is the number of reviews a product has. Products with thousands of reviews signal strong, entrenched competitors. As a beginner, consider targeting niches where the top products have relatively low review counts. For example, fewer than 200 to 300 reviews. Fewer reviews mean it's easier for a new seller to compete and stand out. Also, look at the LQ score, listing quality score. Although we'll discuss this in a more detail soon, a low LQ score indicates a poorly optimized listing. So spending time to craft a well thought out, keyword-rich product page will help redirect traffic from your competitor to you. Pick a profitable price range. Price affects both customer behavior and your profit margins. Setting a price too high can deter buyers. Setting it too low will make your profit margin unsustainable for the long term. Jungle Scout recommends a selling price of $20 to $50 for new products, and that's the range I'll be using. Products in this range are affordable enough for impulse buys. Customers are willing to try a new brand at $25, for example, yet high enough that you can still earn a respectable profit. Keep the size and weight down. This isn't a filter in the product database, but it's something to keep in mind. For your first product, less is more. Avoid oversized or extremely heavy items, which will cost a fortune to ship and store. Why store and ship one large, heavy, and bulky item when you can store 3 dozen smaller, lighter products in its place? Last but not least, make sure your product has no major restrictions. Steer clear of products that are fragile or perishable. Likewise, avoid products with regulatory hurdles, e.g. medical devices, foods with FDA regulations, until you gain more experience. We want your first product to be as straightforward as possible to source, market, and sell. By establishing clear benchmarks for demand, competition, pricing, and product practicality, you will refine your search to products with the highest potential for success. Now that we know what we're looking for, it's time to use Jungle Scout's product database to find your products. Open the product database. In the left sidebar, navigate to the product research section and choose product database. You'll be presented with the database's interface. First things first, choose the marketplace you want to research using the little drop-down menu in the upper left. We'll be using the US market in our example. Select categories. You do not want to search all the categories. Instead, focus on the ones you're interested in. I will focus on 3 niches: home and kitchen, patio, lawn and garden, and sports and outdoors. Product tier and seller type. Since you want to avoid oversized products, check the box next to standard. Set the seller type to FBA. Set your filters. This is where we'll use the criteria I laid out earlier to make our filter. I'll walk you through this form step by step. Pro tip. The product database also offers preset filters, such as high demand and low competition, for you to choose from. Feel free to experiment with those if you want to see what Jungle Scout suggests. However, it's crucial to understand how to manually set your filters, which we will do right now. Price. Enter your target price range. We'll use $20 as our minimum and $50 as our maximum. Net revenue and BSR are more advanced filters that can be used to fine-tune results. That said, you don't need to use them when you're getting started. For now, let's keep them blank. Another pro tip, don't think of price as a number. I know that's weird, but hear me out. Instead, think of what that price represents. In other words, how much value does the customer get from your products? If you're selling a low quality product that doesn't solve a problem, then don't expect to sell many. If, however, you're selling a high quality product at a competitive price that solves a common problem or need, then you're selling something valuable to your customer. In other words, don't get fixated on price. Compete in value. Units sold. The number of products sold in the last 30 days. Set a realistic minimum number of sales per month to ensure there is adequate demand. For example, a minimum of 300 units means that there are, on average, 10 sales per day. Let's set the maximum to 1.2 thousand. If more than 1.2 thousand units are being sold per month, the competition is likely too stiff for you to capture a significant market share. Revenue. The minimum and maximum amount of revenue you want to generate per month. As a new seller, keep your expectations realistic, especially because the higher the minimum revenue, the higher your FBA costs, sourcing, storing, shipping, etc. will be. I will set the minimum to 1,500 and the maximum to 20,000. This will cast us a wide net, and that's okay. We will keep narrowing it down. Reviews. This is where you want to filter out mature products and established sellers by keeping the maximum number of reviews low. For example, I'll set the minimum to 50 and the maximum to 300. This will help us find relatively new products that are in demand. Star rating. This is a great way to identify potential openings. Suppose a product only has a 3-star average, for example. In that case, there's a potential opportunity for you to introduce a better, higher quality, or more competitively priced product to capture a share of the market. I'll set the maximum rating to 4.2 stars and the minimum to 2.5. Weights, where you can set the minimum and maximum weight of your product in pounds. To keep it simple, let's presume you'll be using Amazon's standard large box. This carries items that weigh 1 to 20 pounds. I'll keep the minimum blank, but set the weight max to 10 pounds. Sellers, the number of shops currently selling a product. This is something of a catch-22. You want a product that has enough sellers to signal there's an established market with high demand, but you don't want an oversaturated market where you'll struggle to get your foot into the door. With all this in mind, I'll set the minimum to 15 and the maximum to 200. Listing Quality Score, LQS. A Jungle Scout specific feature that scores how good a product listing is based on factors like title, description, images, etc. A low LQS, under 7, means the listing is poor, which means there's an opportunity for you to create a better one. I'll set this to 3 and 9 respectively. Other filters. At the bottom of the form are a few different settings. The only one we care about is date first available. For now, I'll keep this feature turned off, but remember that it's a great way to refine your search results even further. Once you've entered your criteria, hit the search button. Jungle Scout will return a list of products that match your filters across the categories you selected. This is your curated list of potential product ideas. Identifying viable product ideas. Look through the list of results for promising products. For example, I had 3 products pop up and all 3 appeared to be worth trying to sell. Revenue is respectable, there is sufficient demand, the number of sellers is relatively low, the LQS score for each is horrendous, and there are comparatively few sellers. Here are a few tips and tricks for using the product database before we move on to the next chapter. Refining results. If you got too many results, consider tightening your filters, e.g. raise the minimum sales or lower the maximum reviews. If you have too few, do the opposite. Loosen some filters. You can also add specific keywords to the include/exclude keyword filter to narrow your search to a specific niche. For instance, including the keyword camping to focus your search on camping related products only. Product details. Hover over the product's image and a window will pop up that includes a direct link to view the product on Amazon. This is a great way to put yourself in the shoes of a potential seller. For example, I'll open the Lambkin Training Grip on Amazon to take a closer look. I can see why this page has an LQS score of 4. The title and description are short and lack relevant keywords, and there's only one image of the product. Taking a quick look at the reviews, both positive and negative, lets you see what your competition does well and where they're lacking. After looking through the reviews of the training grip, it's clear that the biggest issue is that people think the product is too small. It seems the seller actually messed up and isn't describing the product accurately. This is a women's training grip, so of course, it'll be on the small side for many men. In short, take the time to thoroughly understand the product, your competition, and your customers before deciding where to sell it. Let's head back to Jungle Scout. Saving your filter set. If you think you'll reuse this search criteria, Jungle Scout allows you to save filter presets, so you don't have to re-enter everything next time. Simply click Save Search in the bottom right corner of the filter section, give the search a name, and click Save Filter. Alright, now that you've got a solid foundation in conducting product research with the database, let's take a closer look at another tool that'll help you with product research. Chapter 3, the Opportunity Finder. In this chapter, we'll take a look at the other way to conduct product research using Jungle Scout. We will do this using the Opportunity Finder instead of the product database. Discovering low competition niches with the Opportunity Finder. While the product database searches existing products, the Opportunity Finder flips the script, searching by keywords to uncover entire niches that are trending or underserved. This is incredibly useful for finding overlooked markets. Under Product Research, click on Opportunity Finder. You'll see a screen that should look very familiar. I'll keep the same marketplace, US, and choose the same niche as I did before: home kitchen, patio, lawn and garden, and sports and outdoors. I'll use the pre-made filters: low competition, high demand, and good opportunity. Toward the bottom of the filter area, you'll want to enter relevant keywords in the Include Keywords field. I'll keep it simple. I'm looking to sell something with silicone, so I'll type silicone in the search bar. While that's the only keyword I plan to use, you can include more relevant keywords if you wish. Just make sure to separate them with commas. Hit search. Interpret the results. For each result, you'll see a bunch of data, but the one we want to focus on is the niche score. The niche score is Jungle Scout's proprietary rating from 0 to 10 of the opportunity, factoring demand, competition, and listing quality for that niche. A high niche score, e.g. 7, 8, or 9, indicates high demand, low competition, and a good opportunity. A low score suggests the niche is too crowded or has low demand. From this search, it looks like the silicone frisbee niche is quite impressive. The niche score is 7, indicating low competition, and the search volume and units sold are almost identical. For the best results, use the Opportunity Finder and the product database together. Find an underserved niche you're interested in and then sort through the products in that niche by fine-tuning your filter parameters in the product database. Next, we'll use Jungle Scout's Chrome extension to validate our findings in real time. Chapter 4, the Chrome extension. If you've been following along, then the extension will already be installed and running in the background. Using the extension on a search page, let's go to Amazon.com and search for the keyword we identified with the Opportunity Finder: silicone frisbees. Once the search results page loads, click the Jungle Scout extension icon in the upper right corner. If you don't see the orange JS, don't worry, it's still there. Click the puzzle piece icon in the upper right, and from the extension menu, select Jungle Scout to open it. Click Scan Search Results. A window will pop up showing data for all the products listed in the search results. There will be a few key data points: average price, average monthly sales, opportunity score, etc. highlighted at the top, and additional data is available for each product on the page. Essentially, it provides the same kind of data we saw in the product database, but directly for the products on this Amazon page, without requiring you to switch between tabs. Important note: the opportunity score, 0 to 10, is very similar to the niche score. In essence, a high opportunity score, anything above 6, indicates a high demand relative to the level of competition. Dig into product details. You can click on any listing in the extension view to get more details, or use the extension on a product detail page. For example, I'll click on the highest ranked silicone frisbee. At the top of the page, the extension has a summary for B0D7MC5YPC. Don't be confused, that's just the ASIN, or the Amazon Standard Identification Number. Since every product on Amazon has a unique ASIN, Jungle Scout sorts and categorizes products based on their ASIN. Pro tip: to save an item for later, click the Track Product button. This way, even if you found an item while casually browsing Amazon, you've stored it in Jungle Scout. Since this is the first time you're storing a product, you'll need to create a group to store it in. Click Create New Group and name it something relevant. I'll use Silicone Frisbees. And click Create New Group one more time. There we go. For the sake of completeness, you can also pull up keywords associated with a product directly from this page. Clicking the key icon in the summary header will pull up the Keyword Scouts, the tool that we're going to take a look at next. Because, well, having a product idea is great, but you also need to understand the keywords shoppers use to find that product. Chapter 5: Keyword Scout. Identifying relevant keywords helps you in two key ways. Validating demand. Keywords with high search volume indicate that many people are actively looking for the product. But this does more than just validate demand. It can tell you where it comes from. We will talk more about this shortly. Optimizing your listing. When you launch, you'll want to include important keywords in your product title, description, image alt text, etc., so that your listing shows up and ranks well in search results. Let's head back to Jungle Scout for now and manually search for keywords. Using Keyword Scout. Open the Keyword Scout tool by clicking on Keyword Optimization and selecting Keyword Scout from the drop-down menu. Make sure your market looks right, and let's start by searching for my broad niche, Silicone Frisbee. Keyword Scout will return a list of related keywords, along with metrics for each, namely search trend, by default this is 30 days, and exact search volume, the number of searches for that keyword in the last 30 days. You'll also see exact and broad match PPC bids, what advertisers pay per click on their ads. This is a good indicator of keyword value. Easy to rank, how easy Jungle Scout thinks it'll be for you to rank well for this particular keyword. And a relevancy score. In short, a high score is good because the keyword is relevant, and a low score means it's bad because the keyword is not super relevant. Analyze the results. It's essential to look through the results carefully for related terms you hadn't thought of. For example, I didn't consider dog water toys and dog pool toys as potentially relevant keywords. Important note: some keywords with an extremely high volume will probably refer to a broader category and won't be the best fit for you. Ensure the keywords you choose to focus on truly match the product you intend to sell. E.g., Silicone Frisbee and dog water toys are not very compatible keywords. There are far more types of dog water toys than Silicone Frisbees. Pro tip: don't be afraid to look at longer phrases too. Targeting long-tail keywords, 3 to 5 word phrases that are very specific is a good choice. They will have a lower search volume but are easier to rank for and often have a high conversion rate. There's more you can do with Keyword Scout than just browse keywords. You can use the reverse ASIN lookup feature to spy on the competition. This tells Keyword Scout to fetch all the keywords that the product ranks or bids on with pay-per-click advertising. Let's take the ASIN of the Silicone Frisbee I tracked earlier and plug it into Keyword Scout. When you enter the ASIN, it will automatically search and bring up the relevant keywords. This will show you exactly which keywords are driving traffic to that product, essentially revealing your future competitors' SEO and advertising strategy. E.g., beach games for family is the top performing keyword for the Frisbee, but given its rapid 30-day increase in searches, it is a seasonal keyword. A must to include throughout the description, but probably not worthy of appearing in the title. Before moving on, I'll show you how to build a keyword list. Right-click on Keyword Lists in the left sidebar and select Open in New tab. This is where you'll create lists for all your products. For example, I'll take the 10 highest ranked keywords for Silicone Frisbee and add them to a list. Click Create List. I'll name it Silicone Frisbee Keywords. Pro tip: this will be a bit off-putting at first, but if you're building a list for a specific product in the future, I recommend saving the name as the ASIN with the product name following in parentheses. This will be a tough adjustment at first, but the more you get used to using it and working with ASINs, the easier it will be for long-term organization. All right, on this page, go ahead and click Import Keywords. In the box, I'll copy and paste 10 relevant high-volume keywords from the Keyword Scout tab I kept open. Each list can hold up to 2,000 keywords, so go ahead and go crazy. With the 10 keywords added, click Add 10 Keywords. There we go. Not only does this save the keywords, but it also allows us to view detailed metrics for each keyword. This list will serve as your starting point when creating your product listing. Congratulations! You've essentially done keyword research that many sellers only do after they have a product. Not only does this put you well ahead of the curve, but it also helps position you for success by selling a product already in high demand. Now that you've identified a lucrative product and done your keyword research, let's try to find a supplier selling the product. Chapter 6: Finding suppliers with the Supplier Database. Instead of mindlessly searching Alibaba or Google and manually searching for suppliers and product descriptions, the Supplier Database looks through global shipment records to see which companies have shipped that product or similar products to the US. In other words, it cuts out the middleman and enables you to find a supplier with ease. Let's see how. How to use Supplier Database. In the sidebar, click on Suppliers and select Supplier Database. That will bring up this page. The drop-down menu on the left lets you search by product keyword, company name, supplier name, or most importantly, ASIN. The best thing you can do is to search by the ASIN of a competitor's products. That's what I'll do here. Pick ASIN from the drop-down list, copy and paste the Frisbee's ASIN into the search bar, and hit search. It looks like the only supplier for this product is a company called Hong Kong Genuine Co., Ltd. We can see the total number of shipments, imports, and customers, as well as the names of those customers over here. Let's click Search for Contact Info to conduct a Google search in another tab. These appear to be decent search results. Panjiva is a supply chain intelligence platform. Import Info logs the bills of landing associated with the company, and their LinkedIn profile is an excellent point of contact, as I couldn't find their phone number or email listed anywhere. Let's head back to Jungle Scout for 2 quick tips about the Supplier Database. Evaluate suppliers carefully. Consider which supplier is your best option by asking and answering the following questions. Are they a large company? Do they often source my products? How many customers do they have? Do they seem reliable? Since I only have one importer to choose from, this isn't a significant concern. But if there are dozens of suppliers sourcing a single product, take the time to find the best one for your needs. Save suppliers. The Supplier Database enables you to organize and save suppliers for future use. You'll need to create a new group, similar to what we did when tracking products on Amazon, but this is a great way to categorize importers by category or product. When your business starts to scale and you sell across various niches, it'll be helpful to have different groups for different suppliers. All right, let's pause to recap for a second. So far, you've found a product idea using the product database or opportunity finder that determined that it has high demand but low competition. Use the Chrome extension to monitor and track potential products in real time. Conducted keyword research with the Keyword Scout, identified what words and phrases consumers use for your products, as well as investigated related search queries and completed a list for the future, and identified potential manufacturers with the Supplier Database. Now, these are major milestones in the FBA journey. Great job. Next, we'll look at tools to track and analyze product performance over time, along with a couple of bonus features to keep an eye on your competitors. Chapter 7: Tracking and Analyzing Products. Once you've zeroed in on a product, it's essential to track its performance over time, both before launch to ensure a product consistently sells well, and after launch to monitor sales and profitability. Jungle Scout provides tools for both. The product tracker lets you track any product on Amazon, and analytics and performance enables you to track your own sales once you're up and running. Let's start by looking at the product tracker. Using the product tracker, we already tracked the silicone frisbee earlier. So now all we have to do is open product research and click on product tracker. That will pull up a dashboard where you can find all your tracked products. I'll open the group silicone frisbees or view the details. While there's plenty of data here, hover over the product's name and click view. That will pull up a product trends showing the last 90 days. In short, this is where you can view daily sales. Ideally, you'll want to see a steady or upward trend of sales, or at least consistent daily sales. If you notice significant fluctuations outside of normal seasonality or a downward trend, investigate the cause. For example, if sales dropped sharply, it may be because a new competitor entered the market or the product was temporarily out of stock. Jungle Scout recommends monitoring for at least 1 week, or even up to 2 to 4 weeks to account for day-to-day variability. If after 2 weeks, the product still averages, say, 15 sales a day, you can be confident that demand is relatively consistent. The demand for the Frisbee is actually less than I expected, only 1 to 2 sales per day. Maybe it isn't as good of a product as I thought, but hey, that's okay. Getting insights like this before spending money on procuring and storing the product is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is a step many beginners skip, but you won't, because now you have the tools to do it right. All right, now that we've seen how to view data about other sellers' products, let's see how to view data about your own products. Fast forward, now that you've done all the research, launched your product, and are getting sales, what's next? At that point, you'll need to keep a close eye on your numbers to ensure you're profitable and growing. Jungle Scout's analytics and performance feature is designed for exactly that. It aggregates all your sales data by connecting to your Seller Central account. It calculates your profit, expenses, and other key financial metrics for you. Now, since I don't have an Amazon Seller Central account, I can't show you all the different analytics tools in action. Still, I can offer you a bird's eye view of how it all comes together. Analytics and Performance tab is divided into 4 categories: Profit Overview, P&L, Profit and Loss, Statement, Other Transactions, and Ads Analytics. Let's take a closer look at each of these. Profit Overview. This is your one-stop shop to learn if you're turning a profit or ending up in the red. In this section, you will find your net profit, revenue, costs, units sold, and pay-per-click, PPC ad spending. Everything is color-coded, with green meaning you're profitable and red you're in the hole. P&L statements. This is where you can find a far more comprehensive financial report of your business, divided across 3 categories: revenue, cost of goods sold, and operating expenses. These sections are far more thorough than the profit overview section. For example, the cost of goods sold includes the unit costs, supplier shipping costs, import duties, FBA shipping fees, PPC fees, and order fees. Other transactions, where you will manually add in additional costs and revenue generated that are not included in the P&L statements. This is especially important for services that take place offline and are not directly a part of your FBA business, but are still operating expenses, e.g. hiring a tax preparer. If you spend the time filling out the forms for your P&L statements, there won't be much to do in this section, but don't neglect it. Ad Analytics, similar to the P&L statements, just for ad campaigns. Here you'll be able to see your costs and clicks, yes, but also the number of impressions, ad being seen by a potential customer, the click-through rate of an ad, how many people actually click the ad to arrive at your store, the number of conversions from those clicks, and many more calculations that tell you if you're getting good bang for your buck. Pro tip: another analytical tool that's widely used on Jungle Scout is the FBA calculator. While there are many different places you can access it, I'll show you how to use it in the Chrome extension. I'll pull up the silicone frisbee I've been using for this tutorial and click View More right here. That will bring up this expanded view. On the far right, click View Profit Calculator. This is where once you know the product and shipping costs from a potential supplier, you'll be able to estimate your profit margin. The FBA costs will already be calculated for you. So, for example, I'll set the product cost to $15 and the shipping cost to $4.99. That will give me a return on investment, ROI, of 20.1%. To be a bit more competitive, I might consider reducing the price to $36.99. That will cut into my ROI, but it'll make my product cheaper than my main competitors. By now, you have a clear understanding of how to research and vet a product from all angles, including demand, competition, keywords, suppliers, and financial viability. Before we wrap up today's video, I wanted to touch on one last thing: how to monitor your competitors and maintain your edge. Chapter 8, Keeping an Eye on Competitors. The real work begins once you've started selling. Now you're invested. You did the work and spend the money to identify, source, and market a product, set up FBA, and produce compelling product pages. Your competition, however, will not sit idly by as you chip away at their profits. Some way or another, they will respond. It is only a matter of time. That's why staying informed about what your competitors are doing is key to staying ahead. There are several ways Jungle Scout helps you do this. Track competitors' products. We already covered that you can add competitors' items to your product tracker. This means you'll see if, for example, they suddenly have a spike in sales, maybe due to a big promotion or holiday rush, or if their inventory runs low, which could be your chance to capture sales. It's a simple way to stay informed, maintain your position, and capitalize on opportunities when you notice a mistake. Monitor keyword rankings. Using the keyword rank tracker feature, you can monitor how your competitors rank for specific keywords over time. For instance, I want to track the keyword silicone frisbee and see which ASINs are in the top positions day by day. If you notice a competitor climbing in rank, you'll want to investigate the changes they made. New images, lower price, more reviews, and adapt accordingly. Jungle Scout Competitive Intelligence Advanced. Jungle Scout has introduced a specialized competitive intelligence tool for in-depth analysis, which displays information such as a competitor's sales history, best-selling keywords, and market share, all in one place. This is an advanced feature often used by larger sellers and is only available in their top-tier plan, but be aware that it exists. For basic needs, the product tracker and the rank tracker do a great job. Congratulations, you now have a solid foundation of the FBA process and how to use Jungle Scout. By now, you know how to navigate Jungle Scout's dashboard, conduct product research using the built-in database and opportunity finder, utilize the Google Chrome extension, discover high-demand keywords, work with first-rate suppliers to source your products, track and analyze your data, and keep an eye on your competitors. The best time to start your Amazon FBA journey was 10 years ago, and the second best time is now. Take what you've learned and apply it, even if you haven't found the perfect product yet. Continue refining your criteria and exploring niche markets. And remember, every expert seller was once a beginner researching their very first product, just like you are. They succeeded by sticking with it. Now you have the tools and knowledge to do the same. Refer back to the chapters of this tutorial whenever you need a refresher. Share this video or specific tips with anyone else involved so everyone stays on the same page. Finally, if you found this tutorial helpful, the best way to support me and my channel is by signing up for Jungle Scout using the link in the video description. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.